Hey everyone, I am Mrs. Explorer and welcome to my channel where we talk all things travel, food, and lifestyle. This is episode 3 of the Malaysia series, and in the first two episodes, I've explained all about my journey from India to Malaysia and covering one of the most important pilgrimage spots in Malaysia, the Batu Caves. If you haven't watched those videos, do check that out because they are going to be really helpful. So, in the first half of day 2, we covered Batu Caves, and now we are heading back to Kuala Lumpur for the rest of our sightseeing. This is the KTM commuter special train service to and from Batu Caves. This is the most direct and cheapest way to travel to and from Batu Caves. It only costs 5 Malaysian ringgit, that is roughly around 120 Indian rupees. I've explained all of this in my previous vlog, so do check that out. The KTM commuter took us to KL Central, and from there we went to New Central Mall. We did not have our lunch yet, so we decided to have some lunch at the food court here and also check out the mall a little bit. We ordered a rice meal for lunch, and because it was really hot and humid in Malaysia, I wanted to drink something that is cold. I ended up ordering Sendol, which is a very refreshing drink slash dessert. It is made of green rice flour noodles and topped with coconut milk, palm sugar syrup, and some shaved ice. I must say it was really cold and refreshing, and it was much needed after that heat of Batu Caves. The palm sugar often deposits towards the bottom of the glass, so make sure you stir properly before having it. After we've had our lunch, we went from KL Central to the Rapid KL LRT platform. There will be LRT trains departing from KL Central every 5 to 10 minutes, and this is also the cheapest way to travel to KLCC. A one-way ticket costs 2.4 Malaysian ringgits, that is close to 50 INR. Once you reach KLCC LRT station, it is directly connected via underground to the Surya KLCC Mall and the Petronas Twin Towers. The Kuala Lumpur Convention Center and Aquaria are also connected to the LRT station. So if you want to check them out before Petronas, you can also do that. We had already booked our online tickets to Petronas Twin Tower observation deck through their website while we were back in India. These tickets are usually very high in demand, so it is recommended that you book these tickets as soon as you can. The path to Petronas Twin Tower observation deck is through Surya KLCC Mall. So once you enter Surya KLCC, take a left and then you will see banners as to where you should go for your tickets. From the banner, you need to take the escalator and go one level down. You must reach the lobby or the entrance at least 15 minutes before your designated slot time. If you arrive late, then you won't be allowed inside. So now we have reached the ticketing area of Petronas Twin Towers. You can also take your tickets from here, but it's just that it's based on availability. For those who don't know much about Petronas Twin Towers, it is an 88-story skyscraper which is also the tallest twin tower in the world. As you begin the tour, you will see interactive display boards across which will tell you more about the ideation till completion of the Petronas Twin Towers. Then you get into an elevator with a futuristic edge that takes you 170 meters above. The doors of the elevator will open to the Sky Bridge, which is a connecting structure between the two towers, and this is the world's highest two-story bridge. You will get about 10 minutes here in the Sky Bridge where you can enjoy the views and also click some pictures. The Sky Bridge is located at level 41 and the completion of the structure was completed around 1996. The weather in Malaysia is pretty unpredictable. You never know when it's sunny and you never know when it rains. So, when we were in Batu Caves, it was really hot and sunny. But during our journey, it rained somewhere, and because of the rain, the views were a little gloomy. And overall, the whole experience felt a little underwhelming for us. In exactly about 10 minutes, the staff informed us that our time at Skybridge has come to an end, and now we have to board the elevator and go to the next level. The next stop of the elevator is at level 86, which is the observation deck of Petronas Twin Towers. And as one would expect, the observation deck was filled with tourists. From the observation deck, you get breathtaking panoramic views of the Kuala Lumpur city, and you can also see some of the adjacent landmarks like the KL Tower and Dataran Merdeka. Our slot was around 4 p.m. We ideally wanted something around sunset or night, but all those tickets were sold out, so we had to go with these 4 p.m. tickets. A general admission ticket for non Malaysian residents for the observation tower is priced at 127 Malaysian ringgit. That will come to about 3000 INR. Prices will be even higher for sunset slots. This is actually my second visit to Malaysia. I had first visited Malaysia in 2019 when I was back in college. So I'd come with my friends, and because we were students, we did not have enough money to buy a ticket to the observation deck. We ended up just enjoying Twin Tower views from the ground. Coming back here again in 2026 brought some good memories, and this time even more special because I was able to go to the observation tower. Another moment of joy here was that I was actually able to see a building of Citibank, which was my first employer after college. So that was again a special moment there. You will get to spend about 15 to 20 minutes in the observation deck, and altogether, this experience can last anywhere between 45 to 60 minutes. There is also a gift shop located in level 86 near the observation deck where you can buy souvenirs to take back, or you can also get some exclusive Twin Tower merchandise here. I wouldn't recommend buying any souvenirs from here because the price points are really high. Another fascinating sight at the observation tower was this post at Twin Towers. You can simply buy postcards from here for a keepsake, or you can even write some messages and send it as an actual post to your friends or family. The postcards will start from as low as 3 Malaysian ringgit, which is about 60 to 70 Indian rupees. And if you are sending it to some place, then you have to also buy stamps. So the stamps will be available at the counter. They have both domestic and international stamps. If you intend to send a postcard, first make a payment at the counter, get your stamps, then write the address and messages so that they can send your postcards. Now, after about spending 1 hour visiting the observation deck, we have finally come down to the Surya KLCC mall to enjoy some views from outside. If you do not wish to go to the observation deck, you should still come to Surya KLCC because here you get amazing views of the Twin Towers. Once you're done with the mall, there are also many places adjacent to it like the KLCC Park. KLCC Park is a lush urban sanctuary spread across 50 acres and located just at the foothills of the Petronas Twin Towers. Next to the park, you will also see the Assis Yakirin Mosque. The mosque has a prayer room that can accommodate up to 500 members. So, if you are visiting around namaz hours and want to offer your prayers, you can go inside the mosque. This is not a tourist spot, but you can enjoy the architecture of the mosque from outside and be respectful of the surroundings. Inside the KLCC park, you will also see a huge kids play area. So, if you're traveling with kids, this might be a great spot to relax. After checking out both Petronas Twin Towers and the KLCC Park, we proceeded to the third location, which is Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, also known as KLCC. If you want to check out the KLCC Aquaria, it is also located inside the convention center. We were not interested in checking out the Aquaria, so we did not opt for this. Aquaria closes around evening, so if you want to go, try to go during the mornings. There are many outlets inside the convention center, and they also had a Starbucks, so we decided to grab a quick coffee. You might know already that coffee is pretty popular in Malaysia, and the flavors here were also very strong. Great bonus was that you also get Wi-Fi here. By the time we got outside of the convention center, it was pretty late in the evening and Petronas Twin Towers was in its full glory. It was also time for the Petronas Twin Towers fountain show known as KLCC Lake Symphony. This fountain show takes place every day at the Esplanade outside Surya KLCC. The show features colorful, choreographed water, light, and music performances. Shows are best viewed in the evening and typically starts around 7:30 and goes on about 8:30, 9:30, and 10 pm. After enjoying that fountain show, it was time to head back to Bukit Bintang. And hey, look who we met on our way to the hotel. It's a Labubu. But before heading to the hotel, we had to have our dinner outside. So there were multiple places around, and today we thought we'll try some of the very famous Mediterranean dishes here. The street was lined with multiple good options, and we know that Damascus is one of the best, so we decided to have their shawarmas. And after two very good shawarmas, we head back to the hotel. So that's a wrap on our very productive day 2 in Kuala Lumpur. If you've enjoyed this video, do drop a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Mrs. Explorer for more travel content. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.